My name is Mike Murphy and I farm on Firle Farm with my wife Marianne. Firle Farm is located halfway between Rosetta and Mooiriver in the KZN Midlands and has been in our family for the past 4 generations. We milk between 280 and 300 cows on a very simple pasture system. We feed maize silage, grass silage and pasture. It is an extremely high producing herd and we focus then on the animal's ability and individual animal situation and her feeding circumstance rather than managing them as a mob. So a very simple, very basic system, a lot of focus on the cows and a lot of focus on soil condition and therefore roughage provision. I think we form a fantastic team, Marianne and myself, in that we have such diverse abilities and interests, but they come together in a very successful farming enterprise. My role is principally the provision of fodder and the buying in of concentrates and the feeding of those to the cow. So that's predominantly my job. Marianne is without doubt one of the best stockwomen I've ever seen. She is phenomenally gifted in terms of how she deals with the cows. So that's naturally she falls into that role. So from the process of calving right the way through the lactation to the breeding of the cow and the drying off of the cow, that's her responsibility. Interestingly, over the last 5 odd years, we've either kind of plateaued in terms of cow performance, or we've seen a slight decline, despite committing more and more resources to soil fertility, grass types, roughage provision, all the basics that we need to do, as well as Marianne's breeding of the cattle. So we approached De Heus, and immediately we felt that we'd clicked with them. Their philosophy and ours is very, very similar in terms of feeding and managing of cows. We started feeding Excelac in mid-June of this year. In terms of our performance on Excelac, we're sitting at around 3.8, 3.9 butterfat now, which is way above the 3.3s and 3.2s that we've historically been at this time of year, going into spring. The 2 milking groups that we have, it's important to note too, we run the A group from calving until around about 150 days in milk, and they're sitting at between sort of 33 and 34 litres. The B group, which are from 150 days to dry off, they're currently around 257, 260 days in milk, and they sit at around about 24 litres, which is very satisfying to us in terms of our returns. We've also noticed around about 130 odd rand a cow margin over feed cost, and that's at our 30 litre herd average. What really stands out for us too is the on-farm support that De Heus bring in terms of margin monitors, silage and grass analyses, and the overall support that we get. All of those things allow us to make good decisions based on good sound information and to keep the cow's rumen at the end of the day as balanced and consistent as we can in all respects. And I think we've largely achieved that. So those extra services that are offered are absolutely vital to us. I think for us on this farm that I can answer for, it's very simple things: attention to detail, doing the grubby work yourself, making sure that you know and understand your cows and observe them, spend time with them. Do the simple things, do them right, and pay attention to detail. Record information that is valuable, that you can interpret and get results from and make good decisions from. So keep it simple, but not stupid simple. There's some important stuff that we need to do ourselves and do it well.